Hello everybody, my name is Harold Hill. I'm here doing a weekly update on my training, and I'm training for the Crazy Mountain 100 in Montana in the end of July 25th. Been a runner for 15, 18 years now, been doing these 100-mile distances and ultra distances for the better part of 12 years. Maybe 13 years I did my first ultra. Okay, at any rate, I'm going to be doing a weekly update, which we should all be in training every week, or not. We may take a whole week off, and that's what this video series is about, is just about the reality of what happens to us, what we do, what we go through, the highs, the lows, the naggy pains, and the wherever. I've got a naggy pain on the joint on my left foot now. We'll see how that works out later. And just to show you, whoever's watching this, how I go about training for 100 miles every single week, and like the ins and outs of it, the nitty-gritty bits. I did this for another race, my last race, Rim to River, last October. It was pretty good. I liked it. I don't edit a lot, so don't look for any fancy editing. Anytime I'll try to put links into something if it's cool to put a link into. Other than that, I'll get going. I laid out a 24-week training schedule, of which I gave myself a 4-week buffer. The first 4 weeks, which I've already done. I'm actually already done with the first 5 weeks. So this is my first real week update. I'll catch everybody up to where I've been. So I gave myself a full 4 weeks of just gently get back into the training, gently increase the speed, gently increase the distance. Nothing too crazy, just give myself and my body time to adapt to what's happening, what's going on, listen to myself. I took a couple of days off here and there just because, and toned down my exercise routine quite significantly. So that I was more just going through the motions, making sure that the motions were appropriate, make sure everything I was doing was correctly done and easily obtainable and made me happy. So my total mileage for the first 4 weeks was 106. That was total mileage for a whole month. My longest run was 13. I did a 12-miler and a 10-miler. Those were my biggest runs. I consistently have started to do interval training, which I usually do on Tuesdays. That's a mix of hill work 1 week and track-like intervals, which I do on a wide gravel path with negligible up and down, which are 800s right now. I try to work out once a week and try to do yoga once a week. And that's been really cool with the program we're in. It's called ClassPass. It lets you you get certain credits, you go to different places, and each place, depending on when and where, whatever, you get to go work out in different places and try different exercise routines, which has really been cool. It helps you keep a little more motivated, and you get to go somewhere else and somewhere new, and you work different parts of your body that maybe you're not used to unless you have a personal trainer. That's a whole other scenario. I did my first stair workout in the last 4 weeks. It was 25 minutes. Well, actually, it wasn't a stair workout because all the stairs were full, so I just put an incline treadmill up to 25% and did 1.7 miles an hour. So a good, steady, hard, reasonably hard effort for me anyway. I'm a very strong hiker, so that was a reasonable introduction just to get used to 25 minutes. My goal will be to schedule all the way up to a 45-minute session in a couple of months. That was terrible. Not moving and going anywhere and putting forth a lot of energy is a horrible way to live, is what I found for myself. Oh my gosh. So, we'll get you up to date on, here's just vague look at what my schedule looks like, just a bunch of times, dates, X's, O's, keeping track of mileage and all that other good schnoz. So, homemade stuff. I make up all my workouts. I make this all up based on how I've done and things I've learned over the years. A couple of friends of mine are coaches, and I've discussed scenarios with them, and so I've adapted my program to me. Everybody's going to use a different program. Everybody should use a different program because we are all not the same. So my first week I did a F45 workout on Monday, which is my normal workout day. It's a lot of fun. We did high steps with a kick on a box. We did this weird row machine where you pull down and your core is engaged, and you do that as fast as you can. We did a dead ball lift. We did a bunch of, burpee, variation on a burpee. We did some kettlebell swinging. We did some step backs. We did a spin on a bike, those kind of exercises. So it really targeted a bunch of different places on me. And as a matter of fact, because I did 4 weeks of up, this was my first week of training, which was a cutback week, which was great. So I didn't decide to do my hill workout like normal. My left hamstring was hurting a little bit. I just cut back and did a 2-mile hike with a friend of mine. Very easy, really slow hike. We were just out there chatting pretty much. And then I just took Wednesday off, and I did another slow 2 miles, very slow jog on Thursday, and did a regular 6-mile run Friday, which felt pretty good. Did a 10-mile run hike with my wife, Jen. She's starting to train for a 12-hour race in June. So we got to do our initial long run together. And then we went and ran 4 miles in a neighborhood called Collins Creek, which you'll hear a lot. So that was my week. I had 25 planned. I did 22.3. There you go. Which brings me up to a total of 129.1 miles so far. So in the last 4 weeks, I've chucked 2 pair of shoes. I'm gonna go get another pair of shoes. I have one should be done within the next. My other pair is not making it. My Speed Goats are not making it this month. They were in training for a race I did for. Were those? No, those were after. For Rim to River. So they're at the end of their life now. And then I'm rocking a pair of, I should be able to remember it, but I won't. Ultra, they're the highest stacked Ultra they have for trail. It fits really well. The soles are squeaky. I put in inserts that are squeaky. I'll do something about that later. So I'm gonna need to get some new shoes, which will then be done before we get going in July. I'll probably wind up having to buy 2 more pair of shoes. So my usual amount of distance I'll cover in a training process, I think this one's going to be around, if everything goes correctly, I should end up with like 780 to 800 miles on this training cycle. Yeah, so there's my week. It was really good. It was nice to have a cutback week, not work so hard. The first 4 weeks were pretty hard, going up and up and up. I could feel the strain on my body getting a little harder, so it was good to have a week off or a cutback week, and not work as hard, which I tried to do 2 up, 1 down, 2 up, 1 down theory, which has worked really well for me in the past. And when I cut back, I tend to cut back usually close to half the amount of distance I did the previous up week, which is probably more than some. I will chuck a workout in a heartbeat and go do some yoga or some just house stretching, things like that. Cut back my long run that week, I'll probably hike half of it and not like intentionally hike as quick as I normally would. So this week's back to up week. I have 34 miles planned. And that's where I'm at. So I hope everyone out there doing this crazy mountain ultra, this is going to be my first Western style ultra. I've never done one, west of the Mississippi kind of deal. Never done one actually past North Carolina, the end of North Carolina. No. Yes. No. Did I do one? I think my first one we might have ducked into Tennessee for a second or so. No, it was in Tennessee. We almost ducked back into North Carolina. So I've never done one further than Chattanooga. So it'd be really interesting I'm really excited to get up in like big, long, sustained climbs, open above tree line access, small glacial pond kind of deals, lakes, and see that rugged, wilderness that's out there, especially in this little notch of the crazy mountain range. I believe I'm just going to be, breathtaking at the beauty of the whole thing. So I hope everyone else will join me on this journey. Let's check in, let's chat, let's communicate with each other, because we're all in this together. One of the friends in my run group, the Trailheads here, is doing this as a redemption run. Naji Husseini, some people may know him from his exploits elsewhere. His trail name's Turtle to me. He DNF'd at whatever 44, but he had to hike back 3 miles or something. I don't know. It was something like that. So he's going back again this year to get this thing finished. I will see everyone next week. We'll talk about random things some more. Hope everyone has a great week. Enjoy your training. Enjoy the spring weather if it's spring weather towards you. We're just getting into spring here in North Carolina, so have a great time. Peace out. See you later.